Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a little tutorial about PictoChart. PictoChart is what you're going to use to do your personal branding assignment. And it'll end up looking like this. This is an example. And you're going to be making an infographic. And an infographic is a visually appealing way of displaying information. So it's not like a lot of words, it's going to be more graphic, it's going to be better to look at. So this is just an example here. After you create your infographic, it's going to end up looking like this. Um, you're going to have values, a mission statement, passions, personality, future plans, and role models. And as you can see, it kind of goes into a Google slideshow looking presentation, but whenever you make it, it's going to end up looking like this. And each one of these are called blocks. So I'm going to start. I'm going to go ahead and start. So what you'll first do, and all of these directions are on It's Learning, I did just want to give you a few tips and tricks. So first you'll open your Google Drive through ClassLink and just leave it open. Leave it open, and then you'll go to It's Learning and click on the link for PictoChart. You will sign up or log in. It really doesn't matter. You might already have an account if you had me in 6th grade, so you might click log in or sign up. You're going to sign up through Google. So if I were to click sign up, I would just click on this Google right here. And since your Google Drive is already open, you'll just click on your name and it should just log you right in. So when you get into PictoChart, you'll notice they have some different things over here like infographics, presentations, posters, reports. We're going to click on infographics. Okay. So you can choose any template that you see here, and this is all about you. So pick something that is kind of representative of you, keeping in mind that you're just looking for like the overall layout. You're going to be changing the words, you're going to be changing the colors even, and it doesn't really matter that much. You just probably don't want to pick something that's really like, I don't know, Christmassy or just not representative of your personality. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. So choose one that you like and you'll click choose template. Once it loads, in the upper left corner, you need to give it a name. So I'm going to call this Katie's Personal Branding Project. All right. So here is your PictoChart. And right now you have several what are called blocks. So this is a block right here. This little division separates the blocks. What you're going to do is you can delete the text or just leave it and replace it. Each one of these you can delete or replace, but I'm going to just start by going through each little button over here. So if you ever want to add graphics, here are shapes and icons over here, but let's say I want to add the graphic of a star. You can always add graphics like that, and this toolbar up here will change that. You also have photos. If you wanted to search for like mountains, you can add photos. Whenever you add photos, you can also arrange them. So let's say I wanted to use this and send it to the back. If you hover over this arrange tool up here, you can click on send to back. You could also maybe make it opaque a little bit if you wanted to, but those are graphics. You also have another cool thing in graphics are photo frames. And one of the requirements is going to be to insert a picture of yourself. So if I wanted to use this photo frame, I'm going to get into uploads later, and you have an image of yourself that you'd like to upload, you could just use a photo frame for that. And see, that looks really neat. So those are graphics. All graphics, I want you to use those as much as you can. Design components, this is for lists and timelines and comparisons. I really wouldn't get into that till later. Uploads. Okay, this is important. If you ever want to get a picture from the internet, like for role model, I used Emma Watson, you have to save it to your device or download it to your Google Drive, and then you can find it. So you have to save it first and then upload it. You don't have to get pictures from the internet except for a picture of yourself, which is going to go on the first block. So yeah, then we have backgrounds. Each block can have a different background. I personally don't like the backgrounds. I like to use images as my background because, like, for instance, you know how I put this photo in? Let me just use this one. And if I wanted to use this photo, you can actually first send it to the back. Hold on, let me delete this other photo, the first one that I did. You can send it to the back, and then you can actually lock it into place right here so that nothing can happen to it. So that is backgrounds. You have text if you ever want to add text. So let's say I accidentally, or I delete these text boxes and I need to type my name. I can click on text and then I can type my name here. Now, one thing I really love about Piktochart are the font styles. There are several really cool font styles, and then you have the size, and then you have the color. So make sure you are keeping in mind that you are doing contrasting colors. So if you have a dark background, you have a light color font, and vice versa. So there's that. Okay, color scheme. So with your color scheme, this one won't allow me to change my color scheme. Some of them will, some of them won't. But I mean, let's say I don't want these to be blue anymore. I could like go through and change all of it. Most everything you can change. Like most everything you can change the color of. So that's pretty neat. We're not going to use tools, but just over here, just play around with this. I mean, there's so many cool things. Like when you go to text, you have these text frames that you can use. That you could always, let's say like you really like science, you could do you could do like Jack Smith, and you could make that be like a logo on your first page. So that is a block right there. So if I say block 1 needs to have your name and it needs to have a slogan or just like maybe a really short quote. Live for work hard. Drink. Okay, let's say I wanted that to be like my little slogan. Then I could do that. I could change the colors. So that's all your first page needs to have. So if you scroll down, you'll notice that this block is separated by this little line right here. The blocks need to be horizontal, meaning they need to be rectangles that go, are short and fat. If you want to add a block below it, you just go over here and you click the plus sign. This little toolbar allows you to rearrange blocks. You can clone blocks, which is actually what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to clone this block right here because I like it. But every block needs to be different. So it's important that you keep in mind that every block needs to be different. So as you're going through, you're going to be looking at the directions and you're only doing one block per day. So it's going to be super easy. The first block that you do is going to be just your name and just a picture of yourself and there we go, little slogan that you have. So you'll notice here at the top we have save, and then you also have preview, which is like what it looks like in preview mode. Let me go back to my example again so you can see what the final thing will look like. So that's the first block, second block, third block, fourth block, fifth block, sixth block, seventh block. Okay, so this is all about you. When you're done, I'll have directions on how to share it with me. I will be doing more tips and tricks later because I know a lot of y'all are going to see what I have on my example and you're going to want to do that. So I will be doing that again next week, probably on Monday. I'll give you some tips and tricks. I will be having a Google Meet today if you have any questions on how to set it up at 2 o'clock. So I hope to see you then if you have any questions. If you can't get Piktochart to open, jump on my Google Meet today at 2.